Well, on now to our main discussion, the government's decision to waive the compound interest on loans during the moratorium in certain conditions. But there's a lot of confusion on this. What we'll try and do is go through some of the confusing points with our panel of experts. But first, let's break down what exactly it is we are talking about. Now, there is relief for borrowers. The interest on interest, in other words, the compound interest, has been waived for the moratorium period in certain cases of loans. The centre has told the Supreme Court, and the hearings do continue, that the relief for borrowers of up to 2 crores during the 6-month moratorium will be there. There will be a waiver for medium and small scale enterprises, loans, educational loans, housing loans, consumer durable loans, car loans, auto loans, credit card dues, and professional loans up to 2 crores. The centre has said that during the pandemic, the only solution is for the government to bear a burden. The centre has therefore made a U-turn on its position after a government panel's recommendations. Earlier, the government was concerned about offering anything more. But this government panel, which was set up after the Supreme Court asked the government to help borrowers. The Finance Ministry in its affidavit says if the interest on all loans are waived, it would cost 6 lakh crores. In this case, that's not something they've done. It's going to end up costing the government between 5 and 6 thousand crore rupees, as opposed to 6 lakh crores if all interests on all loans in these categories were waived. Well, joining us now to look at this, Subhash Garg, the former Finance Secretary and Executive Director of the World Bank, Nasser Salim, Managing Director of Flexi Capital as well. Mr. Garg, let me come to you first. It's about 5 to 6,000 crore rupees. That's what it's going to cost the exchequer. That's what it's going to cost the government. Under the circumstances, and given the fact that the economy is floundering right now, is that something that we can realistically afford?
No, 5 to 6,000 crore is hardly any burden on the government when we can think of 20 lakh crore stimulus or something like this, or 2 lakh crores of actual stimulus. So, but it may not be 5 to 6,000, it might be slightly more. Because if, in my sense, about 50 lakh crores of loans are eligible loans, and if you take 10% as the interest, then you get about 5 lakh crores of interest for a year. So interest on a year would be about 50,000 crores for a year. So 25,000 crores may be maximum, but not everyone would avail the moratorium. Not everyone has availed. So it may be between 5,000 to about 20,000 crores. The numbers will have to be commented.
Nasser Salim, how exactly does this work? Because a lot of people watching this would want to know, what do you mean by compound interest in this case? Which part of our interest will we not need to pay if we sign up on an extension of the moratorium? So in simple terms, can you explain it?
Sure. Good evening, Vishnu. I think, clearly as far as the interest and interest, I'll explain it to you very simply and break it down.
Yeah, so Mr. Salim, go ahead. Just Mr. Garg, I'm asking Mr. Salim that question. Yeah, Mr. Salim, go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, Vishnu, I think it's very simple. Look, sometime in the end of March, all that the government had come up and said during the pandemic was that, in order to give relief, a lot of loans which were obviously where the interest components had to be paid, the government came in and said that, RBI came in and said that you don't need to look at payment of those interests because of interest. I mean, basically a loan has principal component and interest component. The EMI is basically what is required to be paid on a monthly basis. And it was a moratorium, temporary relief on the payout of the interest and principal until 31st of August.
Of course, now, as you know, you correctly reported that it's obviously come up on hearing that loans up to 2 crores now need to be, you need to set off and not pay that interest component. Now, the point is, Vishnu, the clear point right now is we need to understand very clearly 3 main points. Number one, the interest which has been waived off for the last 6 months, somebody has to pay for it. The banks can't afford to waive off that completely, Vishnu, because if they do that, you have to understand it's a very simple thing the banks do. The banks borrow, they give you fixed deposits, they take fixed deposits from you, and in the interest and return, they give you compounding interest benefits. If they continue to do that, their margins will get hit if they waive off this interest component. So obviously, the banks are in a big soup, they can't waive off this interest. So therefore, who will come and bail them out? They've obviously turned to the Ministry of Finance saying they need to come out and bail out this potential interest. I heard the panelists mention about the amount. In my opinion, this interest on interest, which has not been paid for 6 months, roughly the amount, Vishnu, should be in the range of between 5 to about 7,000 odd crores, not even 20,000 crores. I'll tell you why. Assuming that not more than 30% to 40% of the overall loans of the banks and NBFCs will be eligible for this relief. The cost to the government should not exceed more than 7,000 odd crores, because it is also assuming all borrowers are given relief irrespective of whether they avail the moratorium or not. So that is again a very, very key thing. The third thing I want to tell you clearly is, I think, if you just look at the overall number, 80% of the loans under moratorium are in terms of volume, but in terms of value, it's just about 25%, Vishnu.
Right.
So it's not a very big number. We're not looking at beyond, my range is about 5 to 7,000 odd crores, which should not be very difficult for the government to bear. And from the customer's perspective, for the borrower's perspective, Vishnu, I must tell you, it could amount to monetary relief of up to about 80,000 rupees for loans of up to 2 crores, broadly. So that's the number that we're looking at, both from the government perspective and from the borrower's perspective.
Mr. Garg, what about crediting those who haven't taken the moratorium? Why should they feel that they somehow or the other have managed to pay, and therefore they cannot avail of these benefits? Should there be a way in which they can, or be given some benefits?
No, it's not the question of giving benefit to those who have not availed it. It should be only to those who have suffered in their businesses because of COVID, and their business got suffered, earnings got suffered, and therefore they were not in a position to repay and had to avail moratorium. Those who did not suffer or did not avail don't deserve to get any such support from the government.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Salim. Yes.
Yeah, no, Vishnu. So my point on that is, look, there are some unanswered questions, right? Clearly, that may get cleared in due course of time, such as the process and timeline of this benefit.
Yeah, because just to jump in for half a second, a lot of people will be wanting to know that, look, I had applied for a moratorium. That moratorium period has now ended. I am now having to resume, or I have resumed my payment of my loans. Now the government is looking at this. There will be a decision one way or the other in the Supreme Court. Then what happens for the month of payments which I have done, because I would like the moratorium to continue?
Exactly.
So how does that all work?
Yeah, so Vishnu was coming to that, and therefore, how does that benefit be applied to customer accounts that have already been debited for this amount? That's your point, right?
Exactly.
So here's the point. Now, obviously, that is what is unresolved, and there is a complete, there's ambiguity as far as that is concerned, Vishnu. And that is a very important part, because you have to bring in parity between the borrower who availed moratorium and one who didn't. So in my opinion, a notional amount of interest on interest will need to be reduced from the principal outstanding against the borrower who didn't avail the moratorium, Vishnu, in my opinion. And therefore, that is very, very important.
Okay. One last question to you, Mr. Garg. Are you in favor of this particular move? Do you believe that there was no other option to help out those who are distressed at this stage?
That should be the case. The government has a duty to provide support to those who are in distress, especially that caused by the COVID-19. In fact, in my judgment, the stimulus or the support should be bigger. It should not only for the interest on interest, but also the inability of the payment of principal is something which should be supported. So I am entirely in favor of this. Bank system is not required to, and banks is a commercial arrangement with the borrowers. So banks should not be burdened. If at all someone has to bear this burden, it is the government. So I am entirely of the view that we should support this move from the government.
Nasser, you had 30-second point. I need to move on. Yeah, go ahead.
Vishnu, I just feel that since banks pay interest on deposits or liabilities, compounding effect, they cannot afford to forego any interest, and I think it should only be restricted to interest on interest component. Because I must tell you, there's also been a report by the RBI which has cautioned the impact of some of these moves on bank balance sheets. And I must tell you, if they continue doing this, it's also going to hit the profits of banks, which in turn will also end up putting pressure on the deposit rates that today customers are getting. And I must give you a small example, Vishnu. Banks' average term deposit rate of more than 1 year tenor declined from 4 years now to 4.9% as against March of 2020, which was close to about 5.9%.
Okay.
You've seen almost a 1% decline, right, because of all of this. And if it goes further down, it's really going to hit fixed deposit interest holders.
All right. I'd like to thank both of you very much for joining us and really simplifying this issue. It's something which affects lakhs of people in this country. Thanks very much indeed.